Hey sweeties, we are going to be making this beautiful set today, and we're going to be using the BT Art Box dupe from Shein again, y'all. I absolutely love these press-on nail tips. Now, y'all are very familiar with the BT Art Box. I talk about them all the time. I have been using them, I'll say, since I've started making my own press-ons back in 2020. These nail tips are not bad. They run about, I'll say, $15. You get 5 sets, and each set comes with 30 nails on it, 15 per side. But the dupe, baby, I have them on right now. I had them on in this video, and baby, I absolutely love the dupe over the actual press-on nails from BT Art Box. This is not your average thickness for a press-on nail, and I tell y'all all the time that you want to use a builder gel to build it up to get the thickness, but you do not need it with these. Look at me trying to squeeze it. Yeah, it's not budging, y'all. So I sized all of my nails out, and they run the same size as the BT Art Box ones, and I'm so happy about that. So we got our nail stands, we got our putty, and we're going to go ahead and just place each nail on the nail stand. And when it comes to applying the nail on the nail stand, you don't want to put it all the way at the end. You want to kind of put the nail in the middle of the nail stand, just so it won't be flopping all over the place, because I had a lot of trouble with that in the beginning. And I am going to do a separate video just like catered to the supplies that you will need and where you can find the good supplies for a good price. All right, so y'all know we always go in with the base coat. You want to use the base coat just so the other polishes can adhere to the nail better. But before you go in with a base coat, the nails that I use, they are already matte, so they don't have that shiny layer on it. So if you do have some press-ons and they have a shiny layer, you just want to buff that shiny layer off before you do your base coat. And it's for the same exact reason, just so your polish can adhere better. So after we get our base coat on, we go ahead and cure it for 60 seconds. You can do 30, but I prefer 60. And then we go on with our matte coat. Because these nails already come in a lighter shade of pink, you don't really need a base coat for your Frenchies. But when you go ahead and you do your French, you want to use a 25mm brush. It's long and skinny, y'all. So you literally just put the brush on the nail and slide the entire brush down. And we use the matte coat just so the polish can be more vibrant. And I like using it because it just makes me be able to see better. I tell y'all all the time, the shiny on top of the shiny, it just doesn't do it for me. Okay, so all of these nails are going to have a French on them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the detail tutorial. The way that I do my French is I outline the sides, and then I go up to the middle point as far up as I want my French to go, and then I bring those sides down. At this point, it's like a rough draft for me. So when I have it all filled in, I can actually see the outline of the French, and then from there you go in and you just taper it or you widen it however you want. We are going to do it again, and I did try to keep this in like a regular speed, but I'm just going over it again once I got it perfected and cured. I do go over it with a second coat. Now y'all, I'm not a nail tech, but there are different types of French. You got the American French and you got the Spanish French. I don't know which one I just did, but y'all know I'm still learning along with y'all. So I'm just going to teach y'all what I know and go from there. But I'm telling y'all, any basis to any like nail art, you want to get that skinny brush, the long skinny brush. I really did have to learn the hard way. I like using small things in my hand, so I felt as though the smaller brushes would be best for me. But no, once I started working with that long brush, I used it so much to the point where the actual bristles of the brush were stuck in a specific way that I do my Frenchies. And I am quite sure that y'all saw y'all actual nail techs and their brushes looking the same exact way. All right, y'all, listen up. Here we go again. I don't know how to explain things, but I'm going to try my best to give y'all every detail. So do the lines first. You put your brush on the nail and you let the brush do its work. You just gently glide it, right? Do your top line, and then you want to go in the middle. That's how far up I want mine to come. And then you go from the middle, you curve down on each side. Do not worry about the curve and how it is curved until you fill everything in. Once everything is filled in, then you go back, you look at your French from all different angles, and you'll know where you will need to fix it at. When it's time to fix it, you start at the middle again, and then you curve down. I like mine a little tapered, not too tapered, but yeah, you curve down depending on how tapered you want to bring that French tip in. Starting out, you want to use thin layers, so of course you're going to go ahead and do multiple coats depending on how pigmented you want it. This was 2 coats, I believe. Somebody asked if we could do a light purple set, and we was able to go ahead and do that for you, girl. If y'all want to see any nails created, like recreated from inspo pics, definitely send them to my DM. Any color combinations that y'all want to see, any specific nail art designs y'all want to see, just let me know in the comments. So like I said, all of the nails were French tip nails. So once we were able to go ahead and complete that, double coat it, we did go ahead and cure it and then put another matte coat on top. And now it's time to get into the designs, the charms, things of that nature. My favorite part. But that's how the nails were looking after we matte coated it. And y'all, I have this silver polish. I think it's like a chrome polish that I got from Shein. And I wanted to do some cow print. So I'm just showing y'all the different dotting tools. That black one, I didn't show y'all and I don't know why. But the black one has the brush part on it that you can use to clean up your Frenchies. Y'all see it over there in the corner. And then the blue one was just a regular dotting tool. It has the dotting option on both sides. But the sizes of the balls is different. So the cow print, y'all, is one of the easiest designs ever. You just have to pay attention to not flood the design and also like making your curves or your dots or your blobs like more rounded and not pointy. So I was using a combination of both sides on the blue dotting tool, the small one and the big one. So you just put your blobs literally in random spots, y'all, and then you go back in with the smaller side just to make like little dots. I don't know why, but that's what it looked like when I be looking up inspo pics, but yeah. This is the thumb, so you will need like a lot to cover it up. But if you was to do like a smaller finger, like a pinky or whatever, you don't want to flood the nail with too many blobs. It will look better with less blobs and more of the little tiny dots. Hey y'all, we are officially at 30K on here. And I told y'all on Instagram that at 30K, we'll go ahead and do a giveaway. Because every time I tried to plan a giveaway, I was getting a few thousand subscribers. So it was just like, girl, pick a number, do the giveaway, and let your sweeties know. I am still in the planning process of the giveaway in regards to what's going to go in it. But I do know for a fact that this specific set will go in it. I love it so much that I'm going to do it again for myself. But I'll probably do like pink or something. And I just feel like since one of y'all suggested the light purple, then it would be best to give it to one of y'all. So I'm going to get everything together, put the details together, figure out how I want to do it, and, you know, let all of y'all know the details of the giveaway, how to enter, all that good stuff, and probably a vlog or another. I don't know. Y'all just going to have to turn y'all notifications on to be notified. And I'm not going to put the word giveaway in the title because last giveaway we had a whole lot of bots, and I literally do not have time for that, especially when it's 30K of y'all. I'm sorry. I had to get that out of the way. But for this design, y'all, it's literally just making lines. You can use the smaller brush for this one. I feel like it would give beginners more control over it. And it will allow you to do like the squiggly little zebra lines opposed to just straight lines. Even though I still like the straight lines, y'all. So whatever line design that you can come up with and whatever brush you are comfortable with when it comes to this specific design, then go ahead and use it. But you're literally just starting at the tip of the outside edge of the nail and then bringing it in. But when you bringing it in, you're just loosening up your grip or the pressure that you have on the nail. It will also be easier to space your lines out first and then go in and just put smaller lines just to see how you want it, if it's too much, if it's not enough. But you don't want all of your lines the same length coming out. Make some longer and some shorter. But we matte coated it, we cured it for 60 seconds, and then we moved on to the charms and the bling, 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 baby. So the rhinestone glue that I'm using, it came with some charms, so I would not recommend it. It's not as strong as the one that I actually like to use, which is the Macart rhinestone glue. But you can also use Gorilla Glue, y'all. In my opinion, the Gorilla Glue works the best. When I went to the nail salon frequently, that's what my nail tech used. Hey, Jay. But yeah, that's what she always used, the Gorilla Glue, and my stones never came off. So we went with the little wreath design, and I like to do one side at a time, y'all, especially with this glue because it is very loose, and I don't like how the purples are matching up, but it's okay. The entire set came out looking really cute. So I'm just showing y'all, I did do one side with y'all on camera. And the tool that I'm using, it came with the charms that I had got from Shein, but this is how the entire nail came out. We did the same thing on the pinky, just without the bow, y'all. But it's looking really cute. And every time I do a set, I'm always picky. Like, girl, do you want to keep it matte or do you want to put that shiny top coat on? And all in all, I always choose the shiny. Like, I honestly don't know. It just does something for me. But I really want to try for myself a matte French set, like a simple pink white set with matte top coat. That's what I want. This top coat is from Beetles, but I really like Coupe Affinity and I also like Model Ones. I'm gonna be completely honest, the Beetles is good. Like, it definitely has that shine, but it does peel. And I don't have that issue with the Coupe Affinity or with the Model 1s. I could be putting too much of a top coat on, and that could be the issue, but I honestly don't think so, because y'all know I stress thin layers. If you gotta do 5 thin layers, then do 5 thin layers opposed to 3 thick layers, or even 2 thick layers. But y'all, at this point, we are done. Let me know in the comments if you prefer a shiny coat or a matte top coat. Somebody said maturing is realizing that a matte top coat is really tea, and I probably agree with that, y'all. But the set is pretty much done, as mentioned. Let me know if y'all like these type of videos in the comments. One of y'all will be able to win this set in a giveaway, so y'all have to stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.